Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep. My name is Naveen, and today we'll be looking at 500 most expected CAT 2024 DILR questions, and this is part 9 of the series. Before I begin, there is a pinned comment in the chat. It's a counseling form. So if you guys have any doubt regarding the course or the syllabus, colleges, exams, anything, please make sure that you fill it up. We will get in touch with you as soon as possible. Also, please make sure that you put in your contact number and email address correctly. Okay, so let's begin with our first question for the day. Okay, so I will have to hide myself. Give me a moment. Okay. Yeah, hi Chetan. Good afternoon. So, an intelligence quotient test by an institute was conducted in a week from Monday to Saturday. The institute offers 3 different tests named test A, B, and C, having time durations 20 minutes, 15 minutes, and 10 minutes respectively. Each student appears for only one test out of these 3. The institute has 3 examination rooms numbered 1, 2, and 3. Each room can accommodate 10 students. The tests were conducted in the 3 rooms on the 6 days of the week, that is from Monday to Saturday, as shown in the table. So we can see on Mondays and Thursdays, room number 1 will include test A, room number 2 will include test B, and room number 3 will include test C. Where test A is a duration of 20 minutes, test B has 15, and test C has 10. So test A has 20, test B has 15, test C has 10. 20, 15, and 10, right? And each room can accommodate 10 students, okay? The tests start from 10 a.m. The center closes at 3 p.m. So 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. that is going to be a 5-hour duration. As soon as one test examination is over, the next test exam starts after a gap of 5 minutes. So if you look at 5 hours is going to be 5 into 60, that is 300 minutes, right? This is the duration for which the centers are open. And in 300 minutes, the tests are supposed to be conducted in each of the 3 rooms. After every test, there is a 5-minute gap. All the students are given unique roll number starting from 1. When students arrive for the test, they are accommodated in room number 2 only if room number 1 is full. Similarly, the students are accommodated in room number 3 only if both rooms 1 and 2 are full. Thus, the students are accommodated in the examination rooms 1, 2, and 3 in that preference order. So a student will not go to room number 2 unless 1 is full. A student will not go to room number 3 unless 1 and 2 both are filled. Okay. Now let's look at the questions and understand what we are supposed to do with this information. So the first question is, how many students can appear for the tests in one day? For how many minutes in a day no test is going on in any of the 3 rooms? What were the roll number of the students who were taking the test exactly at 10:57 a.m. Friday? And at what time students with roll numbers 501 to 510 were giving their test? So let's start with the first question. So this is the information that is required. Okay. So since we are asked one day, so we can pick any day. So let's take Monday, right? If I look at room number 1, which will have 300 minutes, right? Room number 1 is going to be open for 300 minutes, where test A is going to be concluded, where each test takes 20 minutes and then there is an additional 5 minutes interval. So it's a 25 minutes test, we can say this, right? Similarly, test B, which takes 15 minutes and then there is a gap of 5 minutes. So we can say we can consider this test B to be of 20 minutes duration, so that we don't have to deal with 5 minutes every time. And if you look at test C, which is only 10 minutes long, and then we have a 5 minutes duration or 5 minutes gap. So we can say that the test C is going to be 15 minutes long. So in 300 minutes, if we look at test A, where every test takes 25 minutes, we can have 300 by 25, which is 12 tests can happen, right? As in 12 slots exist. Now, if you look at test B, which is room number 2, this is room number 2. This is also for 300 minutes. This is room number 3. This is also for 300 minutes, right? So this will also have 300 by 20, which is going to be 15 slots, right? Where the last 5 minutes will be vacant. If you look at test number C, that is room number 3, 300 by 15, which is going to give us 20 tests. So overall, we can see that 12 plus 15, that is 27 plus 20, 47 slots or 47 tests are going to be taken. Now, out of these each 47 slots, there are 10 students that can write the exam, right? So if there are going to be 10 students for each test, we can say that there will be a total of 470 students that they can write the exam. So option is going to be D. It doesn't matter whether we take Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday or Saturday. On each day, irrespective of the room, every room is going to be opened for 300 minutes, right? That's 5 hours. Okay, next. For how many minutes in a day no test is going on in any of the 3 rooms? So since it is talking about any day, so let's take again Monday. So if I look at Monday and if we look at, we had 25 minutes, 20 minutes and 15 minutes. Okay. So what if we take, okay, let's do this. So the test starts at 10 a.m., right? Let's say this is 10:15. This is 10:30. This is 10:45. This one is 11. And I'll mark 5 minutes interval as well. And this will continue. Okay. So now let's talk about room number 1, which is test A. So test A will continue for 20 minutes. So it will start from here and it will stop at 10:20. And then there will be a gap of 5 minutes. Now let's look at test B, which is going to be 15 minutes long. And then there will be a gap of 5 minutes. Then the next test starts for the next 15 minutes. So 10:20 plus 15 is 10:35. There will be a gap of 5 minutes. 10:35 plus 15 is 10:50. Uh, 35, 40, 45, 50. So this is 35. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So it stops here. Okay, let's do one thing. इसको और थोड़ा सा bold कर देते हैं. 10:15, 10:30, 10:45, 11. So there is a gap of 3 segments. So first 15 minutes, gap of 5, 15 minutes, gap of 5, and then 15 minutes from there, which is 1, 2, 55, right? It will go up to 55. And then again a gap. Let's talk about test A. It starts at 10:25 and then it will go on for another 20 minutes, 5, 10, 15, 20. Again a gap of 5 minutes and it will continue from here. Okay, now let's talk about test number C. So test number C starts at 10. It will go until 10 and there is a gap of 5 minutes. Again for next 10 minutes, gap of 5 minutes. Again 10 minutes, gap of 5 minutes. Again 10 minutes, gap of 5 minutes. So if we pay attention, we will see that there is no particular time where all the 3 slots are simultaneously open, right? But if we look at the last point, which is going to be 3 p.m., So when we are taking 25 minutes, we are saying 20 plus 5 minutes is the duration for the first test. 20 minutes would mean 15 minutes plus 5 minutes duration for the second test. So this is test A, test B. For test C, it is 10 minutes plus 5 minutes. So this is a complete group of 25, 20 and 15 that we will be able to get, which means if we look at the last point, the test A will end here and then there will be a gap of 5 minutes, right? So 5 minutes gap. If you look at test B, it was a 15 minutes duration, so it will be coming from behind and there will be a gap of 5 minutes because it perfectly ends at 3 p.m. The duration of 25, 20 and 15, right? And if we take, hold on. If you look at test C, it is a 10-minute test and then there is going to be a gap of 5 minutes. So we can clearly see that it's only the last 5 minutes where all the 3 tests are not going to happen, as in the students are going to be idle, the rooms are going to be idle. The LCM of 25, 20 and 15 is going to be 300 minutes. So at 300 minutes we'll be getting it and then we'll be again getting it at twice of that, which will be at 600 minutes, right? And the total duration is from 10 to 3, 5 hours, which is 300 minutes. Okay, we are not going to 600 minutes. So this is the 300th minute, right? 3 p.m. So at 300 minutes, this 5 minutes will be the last part of the duration of the tests. Yeah, hi Srikanth. So it's only this 5 minutes, the last point, where the test will not happen. Otherwise, we can see that in every hour, there is no minute where all the 3 tests are simultaneously not happening, or we can say that the rooms are not vacant, right? So 5. Okay, next one. What will the roll number of the students who were taking the test exactly at 10:57 a.m. on Friday? Okay, so we need to find out the group of students who entered on Friday, right? Okay, so I believe we should start with Friday. So room number 1, room number 2, room number 3, 10 students each. Since in room number 1, we are having test C, which is going to be, we can say 15 minutes long. In room number 2, test A is being conducted, which is going to be 25 minutes long. And in room number 3, test B is going to be conducted, which is 20 minutes long, including the break, including the gap. So, since we have 10 students, so roll number 1 to 10 will be coming to room number 1. Then 11 to 20 will be going into room number 2. And then 21 to 30 will go in room number 3. Okay. Now, since this is 15 minutes, so this will get vacant first. We need to find out at 10:57 a.m. on Friday. Okay. So this particular test will go from 10 to 10:15. This will be from 10 to 10:25. And this will be from 10 to 10:20. Okay. Next roll numbers, 31 to 40 will be there in the first room number because it is going to get vacant early, right? So this room number is going to be occupied from 10:15 to 10:30. Now, the next room that is going to be vacant early will be room number 3. So this is where roll numbers from 41 to 50 will arrive, and this room is going to be now occupied from 10:20 to 10:40. Now, room number 2 is going to get vacant at 10:25, while room number 1 is going to get empty at 10:30. So room number 2 gets vacant early. That's wherein roll number 51 to 60 will arrive, and they are going to be there from 10:25 to 10:50, right? So we can see that 51 to 60 is what we will have, right? Now, but since this is Friday, now if we talk about from the very beginning, on Monday, we have already seen 470 students will be writing the test. Then on Tuesday, again 470. On Wednesday, 470. And on Thursday, we will have another 470 students. So if we count the total number of students who have written the test before Friday, it's going to be 470 into 4, which is going to be 1600 plus 280. So 1880 roll numbers have already written the test up to Thursday. So Friday onwards, we will have roll numbers starting with 51 who will be writing the test at 10:47. Obviously, we will have more students, right? So 880 plus 51, which is going to be 1931. 10 students, 2130, 3140, 4150, 5160. Oh, we need 10:57 a.m. It's not 10:47. Okay, so we need to go further. Okay, the next room that is going to get empty will be room number 1. So roll number 61 to 70 will be writing the exam from 10:30 to next 15 minutes, which is 10:45. So 10:57 abhi bhi nahi aaya. Now between 45, 50 and 40, the room number 3 is going to get vacant early, which will be roll numbers from 71 to 80. And it's going to be occupied from 10:40 to next 20 minutes, which is 11. Okay, so we got the batch. We got the starting point where we will have this. So we will have 1880 plus 71, which is going to give us 1951. So will they be writing the test here? Yes. 1951 is not in the options. So let's check further. Next room that is going to be empty first will be 10:45. So that will be the roll numbers from 71 to 80, and they are going to be there from 10:45 until 11 o'clock, right? 15 minutes. But in the last 5 minutes, that is 10:55 to 11, they are going to be sitting idle, or there is going to be a gap, right? Until the next 10 students arrive. So they are not going to be writing the exam here. Similarly, 71 to 80 bhi same reasons exam nahi likh rahe honge. Now 11, 11 and 10:50. So these 10:50 will come and write the exam after 10:50, right? The next 10 students. So which is going to be 81 to 90. And they will start the exam at 10:50 and it will go on for 25 minutes, which means it will continue until 11:15. So that means these are the students who will definitely be there at 10:57 writing the exam. So we need to add that 81, we will be getting 1961. Okay, 1600, 17, 1880 plus 81 and I made a mistake. It was 7180. This was supposed to be 81 to 90 and this was supposed to be 91 to 100. So we should actually add 91. Okay. So 1971 and the next 10 students, they will be writing the exam. So you can see that this is little lengthy, but there is no way that we would straight away know that which roll number is going to end where without considering at what time they enter and what time they leave. Option A will be the answer. Okay. The next one. At what time students with roll numbers 501 to 510 were giving their test? So this is a question which is very similar to the previous one, but here we are doing the vice versa. So we obviously know that on Monday, already 470 students will have written the exam. So if I look at this, this is an increase of 31, right? So we need roll numbers from 31 to 40 writing the exam on Tuesday. So if we go on Tuesday, we will have test number C in room number 1, which will be taking 15 minutes, right? So test C, 15 minutes. If I look at room number 2, it is going to be test A, which is 25 minutes. And room number A, hold on, एक बार check करने दो, ठीक है. And if I look at room number 3, it's going to be 20 minutes and room number B. Sorry, test number B. Now, same logic. The first room there wherein students will enter is going to be room number 1. They will be writing down, they will writing test C, and that will be for 15 minutes. Obviously, the test starts at 10, so they will be getting up at 10:15. These are going to be students with roll number on that particular day from 1 to 10. Actually, the roll number is cumulative, but it will be difficult to deal with 3-digit numbers. So I'm taking every day starting as roll number 1. Now, the next set of students will enter room number 2. They will be writing the test A, which is going to take 25 minutes. So they will get out at 10:25. Actually, at 10:20, they will get out. At 10:25, the next students will come in. So this is going to be from roll number from 11 to 20, right? Now, from 10 to 10:20, we will have the next set of students, which is going to be from roll number 21 to 30. Now, the room that gets vacant earliest is going to be room number 1. It is going to be available for next set of tests from 10:15 to 10:30. And this is where roll number 31 to 40 is going to march in and they will be writing down the test. So 10:15 to 10:30, we will have option A as the answer. Right? 10:30 means last 5 minutes, they are going to exchange the students. The test will actually happen from 10:15 to 10:25. Okay, next set. A vaccination drive was launched in a country to cope with an ongoing pandemic. In the vaccination drive, 2 vaccines were administered, Covishield and Pfizer. Everyone who was vaccinated received either only 1 dose or 2 doses of vaccine. No one who was vaccinated received both types of vaccines. So we need to understand this, that if there is somebody called, let's say, Suresh will receive either Pfizer or Covishield. Suresh is not going to receive both. And Suresh will either receive 1 dose of Covishield or 1 dose of Pfizer or 2 doses of Covishield or 2 doses of Pfizer. That's exactly what the first paragraph is all about. Next, the population was divided across 4 age groups. The age groups being under the age of 18 years, age group 18 to 45, age group 45 to 60, and the age group above 60 years. Now, age group 18 to 45 refers to the set of persons, each of whom is at least 18 years, but not more than 45 years of age. So we can take this as it's going to be greater than equal to 18, but it is less than 45. Okay. And if we look at age group 45 to 60, it refers to the person where each one is more than 45 years, but not more than 60 years. So they are definitely more than 45 years, but they are less than equal to 60 years. And the last one is obviously above 60 years. So if somebody is of age 45 years, that person is going to be in the second age group. If somebody is of 17 years, that person is going to be in the first age group. If somebody is of 60 years, that person is going to be in the third age group. Somebody who is at 62 years will be in the fourth age group. Okay. Now, the population under the age of 18 was not vaccinated. So, not vaccinated people. In each age group, out of the population that was vaccinated, half of the people were administered Covishield and the rest of them were given Pfizer. So if you look at the age group, let's say 18 to 45, and there were 100 people who were vaccinated. So out of these 100 people, 50 were given Covishield and the remaining 50 were given Pfizer. That's what the statement is about. Okay. Now, out of the total population that was vaccinated, 50% belong to the age group 45 to 60 and 10% were above 60 years old and the rest were from 18 to 45. So 50%, 10%. We are talking about not population, but the population was vaccinated. So we cannot include less than 18 years. So that is 60%. So remaining becomes 40%. Now, for each age group, the percentage breakup of people who were vaccinated based on gender and number of doses administered is shown in the table below. We will look into that table. For example, in the age group above 60 years, out of the total population that was vaccinated. So, we are talking about above 60 years. Out of the total population that was vaccinated, 40% were females. Who were administered and under Covishield. Similarly, in the age group of 45 to 60, out of the total population that was vaccinated, 26% of them received 2 doses of Covishield. Right? So we have understood what the table is about. So we are supposed to fill in this particular table, and please remember this is all about percentages. Right? Now, since we know that there are people when we are dealing with percentages and we don't know the exact magnitude, so we can assume that the total population who were vaccinated, so total vaccinated people is, let's say, 1000. Okay, so that we don't have to deal with point values. 1000 मान लेते हैं. So if that is 1000, so we can say that the number of people under Covishield will be 500 and the number of people under Pfizer will be 500. Now these 500 people will be either classified as male or female, or they will be classified as 1 dose or 2 doses. Similarly for Pfizer also, they will be either male or female and they will be given 1 dose or 2 doses. Right? Also, we know that 50% belong to the age group of 45 to 60. So 1000 people were there, 50% where they belong to 45 to 60. So the total number of people we will have is going to be 500 for this. 10% were over 60 years old. So this is going to be 100. And obviously the remaining 400 is supposed to be here. Okay. Now let's fill in the values. We are talking about 20% of 400, which is going to be 80. 10% of 400, which is going to be 40. 20% of 500, which is going to be 100. 25% of 500 is going to be 125. 35% of 100 is going to be 35. 35% of 400 is going to be 140. 26% of 500 is going to be 130. 20% of 100 is going to be 20. 40% of 100 is going to be 40. So the values that we were sure about, we have written it. So we know that male female is going to be total 100. Above 60 we have a total of 100 people. So out of which 40 and 35 they make up 75. So we will have male and female accordingly distributed. Okay. Let's read these additional statements. In the age group of 18 to 45, so we are looking here, the number of male and female was equal for those who were administered Covishield vaccine. So if this is, let's say A, this is A, right? Equal percentages. So A or A likh lete hain. Okay. Next statement says, out of the people who were administered vaccines in a particular age group, so whether it is 18, 45, 45, 60 or above 60, the percentage of people who received 2 doses of Pfizer in the age group 18-45 was same as the percentage of people who received 2 doses of Pfizer in the age group above 60. So the percentage is same. So that results in 10 percentage of 100. Okay. Out of the total population that was vaccinated, 24% were male who were administered Covishield. So if we look at Covishield, 24% of 1000, which is going to be 240 is what we are supposed to have. So we are supposed to fill this table now. Okay. Let's look at the first question. Out of the total vaccinated population, what percentage of people were given only 1 dose of any of the 2 vaccines? So we need to find the sum of all of that. Okay. We have 2 doses plus 1 dose. Their sum is supposed to be 500. So we have a lot of variables to look into, right? Okay. Out of the total population that is vaccinated, 50% belong to the age group 45 to 60, 10% were above 60, and remaining 40% were there. Population under the age of 18 was not vaccinated, chalo, that is also fine. For each age group, the percentage breakup of people were vaccinated based on gender and number of doses. %40 were females who were administered Covishield. ठीक है. Do we have to use variables, because that will be a very, very lengthy part? I don't see any other way. Okay, so if we look at male female of Covishield and Pfizer's male and female, their sum should be 400, out of which we already have 2A and 140. So the female over here is going to be 260 minus 2A. Okay. Now if we look at the number of Covishield doses, or should we look into something else? Okay, let's say this is B. So the sum of male and female under above 60 years of age should be 100. So we have 40 and B and 35, which is 75. So this should be 25 minus B. Now, if you look at the total value of male, female under Pfizer, this is supposed to be 500, out of which we have 500 and we have 160, 185. So if I add all of this, I can say this is 400 plus 125 plus 35 plus 25, which is 185, minus 2a minus b, plus the missing part should be equal to 500. So the missing part will become 2a plus b minus 108 minus 85. Okay. Now, if you look at this sum that we are supposed to have, if this is A and this is B, we can say that this is 240 minus A minus B. So this missing part should be the sum of male, female under Covishield and Pfizer of age group 45 to 60 should add up to give us 500. So from here we can say 240 minus A minus B plus the missing part of female plus 2A plus B minus 85 plus 125 should give us 500. So what would be the missing part result in? So B and B cancels out, A cancels out, then we will have minus 85 plus 125 is 40. So the missing part is going to be 280, 500 minus 280 is 220, 220 minus A. So this will be 220 minus A. Okay. Now the sum of all of this should be 500, which it is. A and A, B and B, A and A, they all cancel out. And the sum should be 400, this should be 100. Okay, so everything makes sense. Out of the total vaccinated population, what percentage of people were given only one dose of any of the two vaccines? So we need to look at this number. This one is 500, yes. That one is 400, yes. That one is 100. So we have considered everything, right? Female is supposed to be 260, which is obvious, right? A and minus A will cancel out and this will result in 260. Okay, should we look into the doses? Chalo. Yeah. Solve this part. Now, let's say this one is C. So 80 plus C plus 40 is 120 plus C. We need 400. So this is going to be 280 minus C, right? Okay. The next is, if I call this as, let's say, D. So D plus 20 plus 10 plus something is 100. So this is going to be 70 minus D. 70 plus 10 plus 20 is 100. D and minus D will cancel out. Now, if I look at the sum of all the numbers in Covishield 1 dose and 2 dose, it should add up to give us 500. Right now, they add up to give us 230. So we need 270 minus C minus D. Similarly, if I look at Pfizer, the sum should be 500, out of which we already have 450 and 500. So this should be simply C plus D. 280 plus 70 is 350. 350 plus 100 is 450. 450 plus 40 plus 10 is 500. So C and D should cancel out. Now the sum of all the numbers from here to here should add up to give us 500. ये भी true है. So we need some number. Are they equally distributed, Covishield and Pfizer? Let's read that statement. In each age group out of the population that was vaccinated, half of the people were administered Covishield and rest of them were given Pfizer. Okay. So, hold on. Does it mean that if I look into 18 to 45, 200 goes here and 200 goes here? Is it that easy? Does that statement mean that? So let's think about it. We will have 270 and this is going to be 220, right? And this is going to be minus 80, which will make it negative. Oh, this is going to be 320 actually. So that is 130. So that is going to be 270. C and D, they will become 0. So it doesn't make any sense. Okay, what if I say 200? If I say 200, then what will happen is we will have minus 120, and if I say 50, I'll have minus 30, and this is going to be 500 ka half is 250, so that is going to be 120. So we will have this as 50% of 500, 250. So 120 होएगा इधर. Now if that is 120, hold on, if that is 120 and 220. First question is only one dose of any of the two vaccines. Hmm. $80, $30, $120, $200, $160, $100, $40. If I add all of this, this is 200, 300, 400, 530. Okay, so it is actually not that difficult. Okay, so what it means is part wise also we will have the same calculation throughout. So that's what the question meant. Not question, that statement meant. So when we are looking at this particular statement, in each age group out of the total population vaccinated, half were administered Covishield and the rest were given Pfizer. It means out of total 400 people, right, 200 people will be given Covishield under this age group 250 will be given Covishield under 45 to 60 age group. 50 people will be given Covishield under this age group of above 60. So it is divided within the vaccination group as well. So if this is 80 and we need overall 200 here, so can't write 200 here. So if this is 200, this will be 120. Let's use yellow. If this is 130 and we need overall 250, so this is 120. This is 100, we need overall 50, 50 each. So this is going to be 30. ये 10 है तो ये 40 होगा. We need 500, so this will be 400. Sorry, we need 250, so this will be 150. 400 ka half, 200 goes here, so this will be 160. Now we need 200 over here, so this will be 60. We need 250 over here, this will be 125. We need 50 over here, so this will be 15. We need 50 over here, so this will be 10. Okay, now we are given this sum of male and female, that should be 260. And what else? We know that these both are A. Using first statement. Using second statement, of the people who administered vehicles in a particular age group, the percent of people who received 2 doses in Pfizer was same as the percentage of people who received 2 doses of Pfizer in the age group. Okay, so we knew that this was 20, right? And third one says, out of the total population that was vaccinated, 24% were males who were administered Covishield. So we can see that A plus A is going to be now 200. So A will turn out to be 100. Since this is 240, so this is going to be the remaining 130. Since this is going to be 260, so this is going to be remaining 120. Now, since we have all the values in the table, we can go ahead and solve. Out of the total vaccinated population, what percentage of people were given only one dose of any of the two vaccines? So only one dose is 80, 120, 30, which is 230 of Covishield. And for Pfizer, Pfizer, it is 160 plus 40, 200 plus 100, which is 300. So total is 530 out of the total population of 1000. So it's going to be 53%. Okay, out of the total vaccinated population, what percent of total population were males? So if I look at males, we know that male total is 240. So the total number of male under Pfizer is 140 plus 140, which is 280. So this will be remaining 220. So 240 plus 280 is 520. So 520 males out of a total population of 1000, which will be 52%. C. Next, what is the ratio of number of females in the age group 18 to 45 who were administered Covishield? Female, age group, Covishield. So we are talking about female, age group, Covishield, right? So since we are talking about 18 to 45, there are 100 females, right? To that of the number of people in the age group above 60 who received one dose of Pfizer. So age group above 60, one dose of Pfizer. So age group above 60, one dose of Pfizer, this is 40. So this will be 5:2. See? Okay. Eighth, which of the following is not equal in terms of its value to the others? In the age group of 18 to 45, the number of people who were administered 2 doses of Covishield. Number of people who were administered 2 doses of Covishield. Hold on. Okay, so we need unique value. ठीक है. So if we look at this, it says 120. We can see 120 at a lot of other places as well. So it's not unique, right? Okay, so this will not make sense. In the age group of 45 to 60, number of females who were administered Covishield. 45-60 females, Covishield. 45-60 female, Covishield. 120. Again, this is not unique. We see a lot of 120 numbers. In the age group of 45 to 60, number of persons who were administered 1 dose of Covishield. 45-60, 1 dose Covishield. 45 to 60, 1 dose Covishield. This is again 120. It's a repetition. So, ye bhi nahi hoega. So, obviously D will become the answer. In the age group of 18 to 45, number of males who were administered Pfizer. 18 to 45, number of males who were administered Pfizer. 140 is unique. We will not see 140 anywhere. So, we can say that this is the value which is not equal with other values. So D is our answer. Oh, one more. The number of males who got the Covishield vaccine in the age group above 60 years. Number of male in the age group above 60 years. 15. Acha, we need Covishield. So Covishield was 10, I believe. Yeah. Male above 60 years, Covishield is 10. Right, was equal to which other value? So 10 is equal to which other number? So 10 is over here, which is above 62 doses of Pfizer. Above 62 doses of Pfizer. D, same age group. Okay, so on 17th of February at 7 p.m., CAT 2024, 9 months to CAT will be taken by Mr. Gautam Baba. Please, everybody, make sure that you register for this workshop. You can have your queries resolved regarding colleges, exams, your profile, syllabus, anything. Okay. And All India Open Mock CAT 2024 has already begun. It started on 9th. There are only 4 more days to go. It will end on 18th of February. So everybody, please make sure that you register for this mock and write it. A lot of students are writing it so that they can weigh where they stand. Okay, they can speculate as to how much of study they need to do, how much of hard work they need to do, what are the level of questions that come in the exam. Okay, so if you write this mock, it will be very, very helpful. The link is given in the description for CAT College Predictor. Based on your profile, you can check out what all colleges you are eligible for, and it's a very, very sorted and accurate prediction that will be provided to you. So it is the data based on the latest top BB school information. Deep profile examination will be done by the software. It will consider your profile as compared to a lot of other educational boards. Okay, when I was talking about boards, I'm not talking specifically about CBSE, ICSE. I'm also talking about graduations. It is also verified with a substantial sample size. So make sure that you check this. Please do not forget to fill any form. If you guys have any doubt, make sure that you fill that counseling form and I will get in touch with you. You can download our app from Google Play. The link is given in the description below, and you can click on the button which says talk to our counselor. You can check out our social media handles and pages. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining. I'll see you guys again with another set of LRDI for CAT 2024.